Welcome back to another episode as we continue our 31 days of Halloween. And in this episode, we're going to talk about Dario Argento's Suspiria, which many consider to be his greatest film he ever made. Now, with this film, it has an American lead. Now, not something that you usually saw in an Argento film, but an American lead played by Jessica Harper, who goes by the name of Susie Bannion. Now, she is an American ballet student on her way to a ballet school, one of the top ballet schools in Berlin, Germany. But this school is not what it seems. Yes, it is a ballet school, but it also has witches involved. And some of the things that go on in this film, they are gory. If you know Argento's work, you know that they are extremely gory. Now, this film, an hour and 38 minutes. But for the good first half of this film, it's a slow build. Some things happen here and there, some gory scenes, but the last, second half of this film, especially the last 10, 15 minutes, that's where it really, really shines. That's where things really take it up a notch. And this film, if you're going to notice one thing right off the bat, actually, you know what? There's two things you're going to notice right off the bat. Right when Jessica Harper's character comes up, her flight arrives and she's coming through the airport, the soundtrack by Goblin is some of the best and most eerie film music I've ever heard in any kind of movie. It is something that is a sound and a background soundtrack that will stay with you for the entire duration of this film. I mean, you're going to hear it, periodically throughout the film, but even after you're done watching the film, it's going to stay with you. It's going to be ingrained in your mind because it's definitely one of those things. Even if you're not a fan of this film, it is a sound that is going to stay with you, and you're going to recognize it. If you're a horror fan, you're going to recognize it whenever you hear it. Another thing you're going to, right off the bat are the visuals. This film is very colorful. Absolutely very, very colorful. And scenes pop like you wouldn't believe with the different colors and different color palettes that are used within this film. It's really, it's art. This film, the way it's shot is complete art with the colors and everything that's used. Now this is the 4K release put out by Synapse Films, and they say that this is like the best this film's ever been, seen. Yeah, and I agree. This film has never looked better. And I've seen it a few times. I've seen it on DVD. I've seen it on, TV when it's been on TV. But this film, even on Blu-ray, this thing does not look as good as it does on 4K. They did a bang-up job with this film. Now, once again, with Susie Bannion's, the character of Susie Bannion, at this ballet school, I mean, she goes right through the airport, and it's just pouring rain. She pulls up to this ballet school, and already she sees this girl trying to run away through the woods. She's trying to get away from the school, and she's confused. She doesn't know what's going on, but this is something. First thing she sees is this happening. So right off the bat, something's not right with this school. Now for Argento, this was his first part of his trilogy, the Mother's trilogy, dealing with these three witches. And like I said, it is a film that you need to have seen other Italian horror films. If this is the first Italian horror film you've ever seen, it's going to be kind of jarring. It is, because the aesthetics and the way it looks, it's a whole different thing than what you've seen with other films. Now, in my previous, film that you saw a little while ago, Dawn of the Dead, he worked with Romero on Dawn. So if you've seen Dawn, you kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like. Because there's really some good color palettes within that film as well. But this film is it's a visual overload with the colors in this one. And, getting back to the story itself, once she is at the school, she starts getting sick. And she's, you can see that they're playing mind games with her. They're trying to drag her in. They want to get rid of her. I mean, it's never really clear in the film whether or not they want to get rid of her, or if they want, I guess it is kind of clear towards the end of the film what they want to do with Miss Jessica Harper. But there are other parts of this film that, at the beginning, you don't know, are they using her for something? Or, what is their ultimate plan? What do they want to do? Their end game, basically. And but you can tell, like, there's a friend that she, you know, the girl that she befriends, and she's kind of getting things together, like she's piecing things together here and there. But if you haven't seen the film, I don't want to say exactly what happens to this girl, because, oh man, it's brutal. It's pretty brutal. And it definitely, but what she has discovered lends its way to finally showing, you know, Jessica Harper's Susie Bannion exactly what's going on. And like I said, the last 10, 15 minutes of this film is just crazy. It's just, it's crazy, it's gory, and it's Argento at his best. I've seen some of his films, and a lot of his films are more like, you know, thrillers, but they're gory. But they're definitely like New York Ripper. What else do we have? Deep Red. You know, who can forget Deep Red? But those films are more like they're thrillers. This one is just a straight up horror, and it is horrifying, some of the things in this film. And if you're gonna pick this film up, definitely go with Synapse. But it's going to cost you. It's not going to be that cheap. It's going to be anywhere from, like, I was lucky. I grabbed this thing for like 31 on Amazon. It's going to be anywhere from there to like 40. But as far as, you know, this is a award-winning, look, right here. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to let you see it right here. Because it is award-winning. It's award-winning restoration. You can't go wrong with that. You absolutely cannot. Now let's go ahead and let's look at some of the, there's a bonus extra disc. It's all on Blu-ray, which contains all the special features. Now, right off the bat, we have a new 4K restoration of the original cut, uncensored Italian, 35mm camera negative, exclusively done by Synapse Films. We also have, let's see what else we have on here, because there's a lot. I mean, to try to get down and to read every little thing. I mean, there's behind the scenes. There's there's more than one featurette too behind the scenes. We have Do You Know Anything About Witches? A 30-minute Suspiria visual essay written, edited, and narrated by Michael Mackenzie. Susie in Nazi Germany, a feature on the German locations from Suspiria. A Sigh from the Depths. 40 years of Suspiria. 40 years. I can't believe this film's been out 40 years. An all-new anniversary retrospective on the making of the film and its influence on cinema. There's a lot. There's even some more things that are listed on here. But it is definitely one of those films that you definitely have to see. Like I said, it is a visual overload. You're going to see colors everywhere, here, there. I mean, the lighting effects are incredible. Just like I said, just remember, even at an hour and 38 minutes, this film can be a little bit of a slow burn to get to where you want to go. But once it gets going and it gets there, it's all out. It's definitely worth checking out. Because even watching this now, like I said, I've seen it before, and I remember that it's been a while since I've seen it. This film can be a little bit slow from here, you know, in certain parts. But when it shines, it really does shine. It beautifully shines because the color, like I said, are out of this world. Just incredible. So that is Suspiria from Synapse Films. Definitely check it out on 4K. The best it's ever looked. Like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I will catch you in another episode as we continue the 31 days of Halloween. I'll catch you later.